Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. On March 17th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received a delegation led by Valentina Matviyenko, Speaker of the Federation Council of the Federal Assembly of the Russian Federation.
The meeting discussed interparliamentary relations between Azerbaijan and Russia, as well as cooperation in political, economic, humanitarian and other areas. Valentina Matviyenko expressed condolences regarding the crash of an Azerbaijan Airlines plane operating on the Baku-Grozny road, stating that the incident is being investigated by Russian authorities and will be given an objective assessment. The meeting also included an exchange of views on continuing interparliamentary contacts between Azerbaijan and Russia.
On March 17th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received Zukun Helets, Deputy Chairman of the Council of Ministers and Minister of Defense of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
During the meeting, both sides exchanged views on cooperation between Azerbaijan and Bosnia and Herzegovina across various areas, including the military sector. They stressed the importance of enhancing collaboration between the two countries' defense ministries and defense industry institutions. The Bosnian minister highlighted the significance of Azerbaijan's victory in the Patriotic War. Zukun Helets emphasized Azerbaijan's involvement in various fields in Bosnia and Herzegovina and expressed readiness to continue cooperation in these areas in the future. President Ilham Aliyev fondly recalled his official visit to Bosnia and Herzegovina, noting that during a trip, a joint declaration on strategic partnership was signed between the two countries. The head of state emphasized that Azerbaijan is committed to fulfilling all the requirements of this document and contributing to further cooperation. The meeting also included discussions on future prospects for collaboration and other matters of mutual interest.
Another provocation took place on the conditional border with Armenia. Our positions were fired on from several directions. According to the information released by the Ministry of Defense, from 1:25 a.m. tonight till 1:55 p.m. in the afternoon, units of the Armenian Armed Forces intermittently fired small arms at the positions of our army from positions located in the directions of the Yuxarı Zağalı settlements of the Basar Keçər district and the Dığ settlements of the Gurus district. Court hearings of the persons of Armenian origin who are accused of committing military crimes continues. During the hearing held at the Baku court complex, the defendants addressed the inquiries made by the prosecutors.
The entire supply of the army of the so-called regime created in the sovereign territories of Azerbaijan, which were once invaded, was carried out by the Armenian armed forces in a centralized manner. The strategic planning was conducted by the Chief of the General Staff of the Armenian Armed Forces. The decisions were made at the Armenian Defense Ministry and then communicated to those in subordination. These views were stated by Lovam Natsakanyan while addressing the inquiries made by the state prosecutors during the criminal case of 15 persons of Armenian origin who are accused of committing numerous crimes against Azerbaijan and Azerbaijani people. The defendant said he was appointed as a deputy army commander and held this post until November of 2007. He was then appointed as the Minister of Defense of the so-called regime in 2015 by the President of Armenia. When he was appointed to that post, then the President of Armenia, Serge Sargsyan, and Minister of Defense, Seyran Ohanyan, received him and gave him instructions. Serge Sargsyan told him that this position was a very important position. Lovam Natsakanyan noted that he held this post till December of 2018 and then served as the chief of the police of the so-called regime. The defendant stated he was recommended to the army of the so-called regime by the Minister of Defense of Armenia and then was approved by the President of Armenia. In addition, he confessed that from 1993 to 1994, he had fought in the battles in the direction of Aghdara, Agdam, Hadrut, Fizuli and Jabrail as the commander of artillery. He also said that at the time, there were no weapons such as Iskander M, Tochka U and Smerch in the occupied territories of Azerbaijan. He said those weapons were in Armenia and added that Iskander missiles were even demonstrated during the military parade in Armenia.
Mine clearance is continuing in the areas liberated from the occupation. According to the Mine Action Agency, another 204 mines were found last week. 155 anti-personnel mines, 49 anti-tank mines, and 606 unexploded ordnance were found over an area of more than 16,000 hectares. Azerbaijan ranked among the world's safest countries in Global Anti-Terrorism Index. This was stated in the report of the Global Terrorism Index 2025. Azerbaijan secured the 90th position, earning a high ranking as one of the safest countries in the world regarding terrorism. Among the countries with the highest terrorism threat, Burkina Faso, Pakistan and Syria were listed at the top. The Global Terrorism Index rankings are based on various indicators, including terrorist incidents, fatalities, severe consequences, hostage situations, counter-terrorism efforts, the effectiveness of terrorism investigations, and many other factors. That was all for the day. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.